Hey, it's me, Buford, and the adventure begins. You probably noticed something's missing. Well, we're on this nice anniversary trip, and Bueladean says I can't wear any overalls. Can't I just wear them a little bit?
Oh.
So, I'm out of hillbilly garb, but you can take the hillbilly out of the overalls, but you can't take the overalls out of the hillbilly. We're going on a week-long trip, and y'all are coming with us. We're getting out of Booger Town. The Knoxville Airport's a very small regional airport, so it's pretty easy to get through, especially early in the morning when there ain't nobody here. Because they got new sensors, you haven't got to take your electronics out of the bag no more.
Well, some of you get through quicker than the others.
Woman, I told you it's not my fault they had to pat you down.
Yeah, you could have stayed with me, though.
They don't like other folks trying to help. It's time for Buford's Pro Travel Tip. If you're going on a flight, try not to eat anything spicy the night before. You don't want any gastrointestinal problems, if you know what I mean. Me and Bueladean went out last night to the Thai restaurant we got there in Booger Town. It's called All Tied Up. Anyway, I love curry, but I decided not to get the curry because I knew I was going to be flying today. That's your pro travel tip. We had to come to Knoxville to fly because Booger Town ain't got an airport anymore. Not since Crazy Clarence tried to use the ejection seat on his helicopter. Everybody's rushing to get on the plane. Ain't no reason. Plane ain't gonna leave without us. Front end leaves the same time as the back end. So we took off from the Knoxville airport and bid Booger Town, East Tennessee, and the Tennessee River goodbye for a week as we headed off into the wild blue yonder. I love sitting in the window seat, and Bueladean usually lets me have it because, well, she likes working on her crossword puzzles. That woman will do anything to keep from having to talk to me. I think I see a UFO.
No, honey, that's the engine. It's attached to the plane.
I'm not talking about the engine, I mean that little gray speck up there. Just work on your crossword puzzle. Boy, this is fun. I just love looking out at all of those ice cream canyons. Who was it said that? Was that Joni Mitchell? I think so. Anyway, the clouds are beautiful from up here.
What's a 12-letter word for a big cloud that might bring a storm?
Cumulonimbus.
Well, that fits.
Don't sound so surprised. Now, most of these folks, we're on an Orlando flight after all. They're all headed to amusement parks. I think we all know which one. They're either going to see a wizard or a mouse. And we made a perfect 3-point landing right here in Sanford, Florida. Now, we didn't fly into Orlando. We flew into Sanford, which is just a little north because we fly on that Alley Giant plane.
It's pronounced Allegiant.
Potato, potato.
Actually, where we're from, it's a tater.
Woman, do you have to correct me all the time?
Only when you're wrong, which is pretty much always.
You know I can hear you, right? The Sanford Airport is a lot like the Knoxville Airport, another small regional airport with not too big a crowd. It's a little later in the day, and of course, these folks are mostly heading to those amusement parks, so it is spring break time. There are a lot of folks here, but it's still not nearly as bad as a big international airport. If only there was some easy way to identify our ride. What's up, cutie pie? All right.
Where's your overalls?
Mom wouldn't let me wear them.
Mom!
This is our ride. Our beautiful girl, Sassy, came and picked us up at the airport so she could take us to the Amtrak station. But first we had to go to Sassy's favorite restaurant, Tijuana Flats. They're a little chain down here in Florida that she absolutely loves, and it is a really neat little place with some fantastic Mexican food. Now, she personally loves the flautas, but I went for the fish tacos because, you know, I'm trying to watch my girlish figure.
Watch it do what?
They've got a lot of great food, and they also have fantastic hot sauces. I went for the sriracha. And of course, Sassy is Daddy's little girl, so she loves her hot sauces too, because I raised her right.
We raised her right.
Don't see your shot of hot sauce. But then sadly, it was time to say goodbye to our little girl. Bye, love you.
Bye.
Orlando has several train stations. There's one in downtown, there's one in Kissimmee, there's one up in Sanford, but they all go different places. Now, if you're coming to visit the House of the Mouse and you want to come on Amtrak, you're going to want to go to the Kissimmee station because it's closer. But we were just heading up north, so we came to this one. It was built in 1926, and it maintains a lot of that old Florida charm. It's got the tile floors and the real high ceilings to let the heat get away. Now, it's been renovated, but it still feels like you're stepping back in time. They got Spanish-style architecture, and they even got outhouses right in the lobby.
That's actually an old phone booth.
Oh, I probably ought to write them a letter. Here we are, the big silver meteor train that's going to be taking us up north. And, oh wow, that is not me. That's just some other good-looking feller whose wife also wouldn't let him wear overalls.
Smart woman.
I guess it's time to get on the train. And how about a little traveling music? Not that. Now, if you're hungry, you can get you something to eat in the dining car. It's really good food, and it's not that expensive. It costs you a whole lot more at the ballpark. While we were hanging out in the dining car, we got to meet one of the conductors, and she gave us a tour of the dining area for the first-class passengers. And we got to see one of the roomettes.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have seen that.
These two chairs fold out into a bed at night, and this upper area comes down to make a bed in the evening so that two people can sleep in this compartment. Look, those tanker cars are hauling corn syrup.
Isn't that sweet?
Anybody else got someone in their life like this? I know the men are all going to feel for me on this. We're on this Amtrak train going through Georgia, and well, Bueladean was cold this morning when we were in the hot Florida sun, but look at her now. You find someone you want to spend the rest of your life with, and you can't agree on the temperature. Guess one of you's going to have to be miserable.
Reckon it's gonna be me.
Honey, you'd be cold on the surface of the sun.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ash. I'm here with Buford.
Tell us what's going on.
Okay, so right now, it was a little debris on the tracks. So we're all safe, and we're just waiting for inspection to come out and give us the okay to move forward with our
And that's what we want to be when we're on something like this.
Always first.
Safety's first. Lady told us today that a situation like this was just an adventure wrongly looked at. So we're trying to look at it correctly and see it as part of the adventure. So we're sitting about 45 miles outside of Savannah, but we're supposed to be in Savannah by now. But that's cool. We're having fun. We're listening to another train go by on tracks that don't have debris on them. And we're waiting for somebody to come and check our train and make sure that it's safe. Bueladean had her puzzles, and I've got this new book that I'm reading about the Sevier County War. That's a story for another video. Well, we're still waiting, and they're still checking on it. I keep getting intermittent texts from Amtrak telling us what's going on, which right now is nothing. When it gets quiet on the train, you can hear every little sound people make.
Hey, what's a 10-letter word for being aggravated by every little noise?
Misophonia.
Hey, that fits.
Well, there's another train going by. At least somebody's moving. We're not. Nope.
Hey, what's an 8-letter word for sitting still?
Stagnant.
Hey, that fits.
This is getting funny, but there ain't nobody laughing. Well, I am. It's been just over 3 hours. People are starting to get restless, and the toilet stopped flushing an hour ago. I sure hope that's the sound of progress. 4 hours and the lights are back on. Well, we made it to Savannah. 5 hours late, but we're here. Well, a quick Uber ride away in the rain, and we're at the Econo Lodge and trying to get checked in. It's well past our bedtime, but what a day. Well, what have we learned today? Well, we've learned that sometimes things go exactly as you plan them, and well, that was a lot of fun. Leg one of the journey is over. So what have we learned today? Well, we learned that sometimes things go exactly as planned, and other times, well, the best laid schemes of mice and men often go awry. But at least Bueladean doesn't know how well I pack.
Where did you get those?
Oop, gotta go, guys. Bye. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll know about future videos. We're going to be going a lot of places in these videos, and we'd like to know where you'd like us to go. So in the comments, tell us where to go.
Nicely.